Hello and welcome to my dungeon. I left the dungeon. I know, I did the forbidden thing. And here we are, alive. Who would have seen that coming? Me, hopefully. I was definitely planning on staying alive. The year's 2005. I think. I'm 13. My brother went to go see a movie with my dad. It was just my dad and my brother. The bonding father-son, I don't know. They came back and my brother was like, you have to watch what I just watched. But we can't watch what we just watched because we have to watch 4, 5, and 6. And then we have to watch 1, 2, and 3. And I didn't know what he was talking about. And he was telling me how cool it was and how cool the bad guy burned up, but the bad guy was a good guy and blah, 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 blah. And me being me, I don't like gore. So I was like, I don't want to see a bad guy burned up. My brother knows me better than most people, looks at me and goes, yeah, except I think you're gonna like the main guy who's the bad guy who's the, yeah, I think you need to, one thing led to another, and that's where the crush began. Was 13 years old, little dorky old 13-year-old me, glasses. All I wore was like basketball shorts and t-shirts. I've had a crush on Link from The Legend of Zelda since I was 6, okay? I've had like, you know, here and there crushes, you know, like, but the Link was the big one. And then I discovered Cloud when I was like 14. But those are fictional men, right? I mean like celebrity crushes. Like I've had a few crushes here and there on celebrities, but nothing was like this. This was Anakin Skywalker. This was something different. This awoken, well, actually now that I think about it, you know how like, ooh, you may not know. Anyway, hey, I'm Kate. I like bad guys in anime, video games, stories, movies, books, you know, it's, if it's a bad guy and it's like, you know, the whole, Anakin Skywalker, I think that awoken it in me. I think I was kind of like, you know what? I get him. And now you're thinking of all the horrible things that Anakin Skywalker did, and it's like, wow, okay, really? And like, Hayden Christensen, you know? Anyway, so when I was a youth, when I was a youngin', the younglings? Sorry, I didn't really understand. I didn't know what was happening to Hayden Christensen. I didn't understand the hate he was getting because I wasn't aware of it, because I wasn't allowed to watch TV really, or like, you know, be on the internet because I was 13. I didn't know this stuff was happening until I was like 17, 18. And I'm like, oh, does Hayden Christensen have a Twitter? And then I like did research, and then I saw people disliked him so much for Star Wars. And I was like, but he did great. What, I don't see what the problem is. Like, he was the best. I love Anakin Skywalker. Like, I used to collect soaps that we're not getting into that. Besides the point, I love Star Wars, and I thought Anakin was so cool, and I thought Hayden Christensen did a really good job, and I, you know, had a little crush on Hayden Christensen. It doesn't really matter, but you know, whatever. Skip forward to now. I am almost 32. I was streaming one day and don't know what I was doing, don't know what I was thinking, don't know what I was saying at the time, just probably playing games, being an idiot. My Twitch chat goes, hey Kate, did you know that there's an LA Comic-Con? I don't really go to cons. I do sometimes. I've been to Anime Expo and I've been to like a few other things. They just kind of make me nervous. You know, I love Artist Alley though. I love seeing everybody's like artwork and the D&D dice and, you know, stickers and all that fun stuff. You know? A lot of people. Anyway, so my chat goes, hey Kate, there's a LA Comic-Con. And I was like, yeah, cool. Usually they do it in San Diego. Why are they doing it in LA? And they're like, no, there's that Comic-Con, then there's LA Comic-Con. And I was like, cool. Why are you telling me? And then they proceed to tell me that Hayden Christensen was having a photo op and an autograph signing, and he was gonna be there, and he was gonna be there, he was gonna be in LA Comic-Con, and he's gonna be there. And I didn't believe them until I looked it up, and lo and behold, it was real. It wasn't just Hayden gonna be there, it was also Ewan McGregor. Like, it was like but it was like the most perfect thing that I could have ever dreamed of, right? It's just like, oh my god, Star Wars, right? But the only thing is, like, the tickets to like get a photo op with both of them was sold out, and I was like, dang it. But then I was like, well, if I have to choose, I have to choose. So I bought a ticket for a photo op to, I say meet, it's like meet and take a picture with, but you get to talk to them, you know, because I've done like a photo op with BTS, because I love BTS, and I also just got super, super lucky for that to happen. The photo op with BTS was very like walk up, pose, leave. Like, you couldn't turn around. They said you cannot turn around and look at them, which is probably just to keep everything going really fast so people don't get weird, they don't get talkative, which is not what I do. I am terrified. I get terrified meeting celebrities. Like, something in me, there's like freeze, flight, fight. I freeze and leave. I shut down. Like, I don't know if that counts as freeze. Like, I just freeze and leave. Like, I just shut down because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be here. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm not real. Don't look at me. And I bought the ticket in like July. So I had like plenty of time, and I was like, yeah, time's going to go so slow. It's going to be great. I'm going to have so much time to get ready, mentally prepare. Let me tell you something. The day got there too fast. Like, it was the night before, and I was laying in bed like this. I can't go. I can't go. I can't go. I'm not going. I can't go. Like, I bought the tickets. I bought the Comic-Con tickets, and then I bought the meeting Hayden Christensen ticket. And I was like, I'm not going. I'm not going. Can't go. This is so weird. I can't do it, you know? I just started overthinking, and then I woke up the next morning, and I was like, okay, because the plan was I was going to wear this. I wanted to wear this because I ordered it on Etsy. It took like 2 months to get to me, which was crazy. I was thinking to myself, like, do I wear this and then jeans and then my Converse? Like, do I just dress like a normal person? I'm going to get a photo op. Hayden Christensen is the only reason I'm going to this Comic-Con, you know? So I like, do I dress like a normie to get like a good photo? But then I was like, well, Kate, it's Comic-Con. Everyone's gonna be dressed up, right? Everyone's gonna be dressed up. It'd be weird if you didn't dress up. Like, it's normal to get dressed up, and it's also Los Angeles. Like, it's... And so you should dress as an elf. You should go as an elf. Like, you should do the elf ears, you should do the freckles, you should do the dress, it curl your hair, you know? And I was like, yeah, no. And my brain's like, but you like the elf ears. So what if we did the outfit, you know, just the jeans and the hoodie, and then the elf ears? And I was like, ooh, good, yeah, we could do that. But then it'd be kind of weird, because we're just walking around with elf ears. And my brain was like, yeah. So we went back and forth for a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? It's Comic-Con. It's Comic-Con, you know? So I got dressed up as an elf, and I was like, yeah, I feel secure in this decision, which sounds sarcastic, but I was glad that I did the elf. Get an Uber, go all the way to Comic-Con, get there, walk into Artist Alley, and I was like, wow, this venue looks really small. Little did I know there's 2 buildings, and so I was like, ooh. And then as I'm walking, a man stands in front of me, and he goes, can I take your picture? And I was like, okay. Yes, I was dressed up, but I wasn't in cosplay. Like, I was wearing just like a maiden dress, and then I had elf ears. Like, I was dressed up as me. Like, I wasn't so I was really confused, but I was like, you know what, it's fair. It's a cute outfit. You got the little ears going on. Like, it's Comic-Con. Like, sure. So I did a little pose, and he took a picture, and he's like, thanks, and then walked away, and I was like... So then I kept walking around, and then I see lightsabers out of this one shop, and I was like, interesting. So I walked over there, and I started seeing D&D dice everywhere, and I was like, interesting, and I felt my wallet going, no! Did a lot of walking, and then all of a sudden it was 2 hours until the event. Hey, Thor. And then I was like, oh my god, and then it was 1 hour until the event, and I was like, oh my god, and then it was 30 minutes until the event, and I was like, oh my god, because I had to go to the area at a certain time, and I was freaking out, man. So then I go to this area, and then I'm like watching the time, I'm like watching the clock, watching my phone, and I'm like... So I go to the lady around the corner, and I'm like, hi, this is the Hayden Christensen. And she goes, no, you're in the wrong area. And I was like... And so it turns out you had to go across the entire building, and there was a giant sign. I don't know how I missed it, but it said Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, and I was like, how did I not see that? So anyway, so then I was like I was zooming, because you had to be, they were in group numbers, right? And I was like, I don't want to be late, like I can't miss this. I spent, you know, this much money. It's also Hayden Christensen. So I was like, okay, I have to just calm down. So I showed them my little thingy, the key code thing, and they're like, oh yeah, just right through here. So I walk in the doors, and there's like 500 people there. Like, I don't know why I thought like this little thing, a meet and greet photo op, was gonna be maybe like 30 people. I was wrong. There was so many people, and which actually, it kind of helped me not be as nervous, because there's so many people. Why would he remember me? You know, like, 'cause anyway, being perceived by someone you think is really cool, is kind of scary, because like, I've been a loser my whole life, you know? And it's like, you're so cool, and please don't perceive me, because then you're gonna see me as the loser that I am, you know? It's I could just pretend, you know? I could pretend, you know? And it's also, anyway, seeing all those people made me feel better, because I was like, he's not gonna remember who I am. I'm just another face in the crowd, you know? The thing is my chat on Twitch, they're like, Kate, you have to get a hug from him. And I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely. I'm gonna walk up, barely I'm gonna hover hand, and I'm gonna be like, you know, just super awkward, just freaking out, you know, but they're like, hey, you have your one chance, like, you know, what are you gonna have do this again, like, you gotta try it, and I was like, ugh. And so then I was hyping myself up, so I was in, the way that the lines worked is like, there was a bunch of, like, lines like this, okay, and then whenever, like, these people would go into the room, the lines would move, like, over. Does that make sense? So I was over here. Over here's where the pictures were being printed, and so I could see what everyone was doing with him. And there was a lot of Padmes, and a lot of Padmes were getting a lot of Padme pictures with him, and I was really jealous. But the thing is, it gave me hope, because then I was like, oh, maybe I could just be like, can I hug you for the picture? You know, because I just wanted to give him a hug. I was, you know, preparing what I was going to say, because I was so nervous. I wanted to say the right thing, but I also wanted to tell him that, you know, like, I really appreciate you. You know, I didn't want to say, like, you made really a big impact on my childhood, because then I didn't want him to think I was like 7 when I watched Star Wars. I wasn't 7, I was 13. There's a difference. Anyway. You know, I've lived in Los Angeles for 11 years, and I think I'm finally getting sick of it. I think I'm finally getting there. Anyway, I say this as I'm like, I'm LA Comic Con. I'm waiting in line, and I'm seeing all these people like getting their pictures, and like it was so cute because they're like, they're looking at the pictures, and the first thing they did was just smile, and like there was so many people dressed as Anakin, there was so many people dressed as Obi-Wan, there was people dressed up in like all kinds of Star Wars gear, people had lightsabers, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, this is so cool. And so then I started panicking, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell them like, I'm so proud of you. No, that's weird. Okay, I'm just telling them I really appreciate you. Yeah, that'll be good. I really appreciate you. Because, you know, it feels nice to be told that you're appreciated, you know? So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk up and be like, hi, it's so nice to meet you. I really appreciate you, right? Right? That's what my brain was telling me to say, right? The line is not moving, and we're just in a standstill for like an hour. And I was like, I'm getting more nervous, but I'm also getting more relaxed. How is that possible? And so then the time, you know, the line starts moving again, and I start panicking because we're getting closer. And the thing is, there's like a big, long curtain, right? And so you have to go through the curtains, and then finally it's like we're coming up to be next. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. The line moves, and then we start going into the curtain room, and they're like, okay, put your bags over here. No handshakes, no hugs. Just go up there, take a picture, just get out. And I was like, oh. Oh, and so that threw off everything because I was gonna walk up. I didn't properly think if I was gonna shake his hand or not because like I'm more of like a hugger. I don't really go to shake hands unless somebody goes, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I'm like, oh, yep, yes, yep. I usually am just used to like the, oh, it's so nice to meet you. You know, that's just what I'm used to, and I didn't think, am I gonna shake hands with Hayden Christensen? Like I didn't think about that, you know? And so I was like, uh-oh. And so I start panicking because I was like, wait, I wanted to give him a hug for a picture, but they said we're not allowed to. Is that because he put that boundary down? Like he doesn't want people touching him anymore, which is very fair and valid. Like, you know, he's been doing it all day. He's been doing it this whole weekend, you know, because I went on a Sunday. He's been there this whole time. And so I was like, oh, he's probably so tired, like this poor guy, you know, like whatever. So I was like, I'm not going to do the hug. I'll be like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I really appreciate you. That's it, right? So the thing about me is I need time to process. Like when I wake up in the morning, I gotta get out of the sleepy, you know, I gotta get out of the sleepy. If there's like a celebrity, you know, like I need to like look at them for like maybe 30 seconds to be like, all right, this is real. Okay, we're good. And that's it, right? That didn't happen. I walked into that cloak room and I turned to my left and there he was. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's real. Oh my God, oh my God. But the thing is, he was shaking everybody's hands. He was going out to shake people's hands. Like people were going in to shake. Everyone looked so happy to see him too, which I was so happy because like, he deserves that, you know, he deserves that. So he was going in, shaking everybody's hands. They were shaking his hands like, it's so nice to meet you. And like, you know, and I was like, okay. So we can shake his hand. Maybe I could get away with the hug. Maybe if I say like it's for the picture, like maybe I can get away with the hug, right? So, but the thing is, because the line starts moving quick. People were being fast. And so I was like, uh-oh, because we were like an hour behind schedule already. Like I was supposed to meet him at like 1:40 p.m. and it was like 2:40 p.m. at this point. And I think the con closed at like 4 p.m. So, and they had hundreds of people still in the room. So I'm panicking, right? And like I go around the corner and I'm just like, I just need to look at him a little bit more to know that it's real and I'm not dreaming. Like I just need to, you know, like, because there's more curtains so I couldn't see. And then there's like a little bitty line and there's like a few people in front of me. They had lightsabers and stuff. They're like, okay, make sure the attendants were like, make sure everybody's lightsabers are on. Get ready for your poses and blah, blah, blah. No handshakes, no hugs. And I was like, because I have people barking orders at us and I'm like, you know, there's a lot of people, everyone's really excited, so I'm feeling all of their excitement. So we walk into the room where he is and there's people in front of me and they're walking up, they're shaking his hand, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna shake his hand. Like I'm gonna shake his hand. Yeah, I'm an adult, I'm gonna shake his hand. I'm an adult, I'm a full grown adult, I'm gonna shake his hand. And then I can say that I've touched his hand. That sounds weird. All right, listen, it's Anakin Skywalker's hand, so it's lightsabers and it's his hand. You know? It's cool. Sorry. The two people in front of me, I guess they were like a couple. I went to meet him alone. But the couple in front of me, like, so then it was their turn. The lady's like, okay, next. And so they went up and I'm standing there and I'm like, oh my God, he's right there. He's right there. And I was like this. Like, I was so nervous. So then like they went to go take the picture and they're like posing like, can you hold my lightsaber? Can you do this? And the lady turns to me and she goes, next. And I was like, because they were still talking to him, like they weren't done. And so I was like, and so I look at her and I look at him and I look at her again. And I look back at like the three of them and then they start walking away and the lady goes, next. And I was like, because they were still like in the process of walking away and I panicked, and my brain was like, do, like the power down the computer. So then I lock eyes with Hayden Christensen. The Hayden Christensen. We lock eyes. Oh, bless you. You okay? Okay. That was a big sneeze. I'm in the middle of talking about Hayden Christensen, okay? I don't know why I keep full government naming him. It's a nice name. Anyway, it's my turn. Next in line, we lock eyes, and I try to, I take a step forward, and then I was like, am I supposed to go now? And my brain was like, I'm out, see ya. And I'm like, don't go. And brain was gone. Brain was gone. Luckily, thank God, he picked up on the fact that I'm weird and awkward, which also kind of sucks, but I was also like, because it happened so fast. So I literally took a step and like kind of looked down and looked up at him and then looked at the woman and looked back at him. He could tell that I was a loser anyway, so he puts his hand out for me to shake it, and so I'm like, okay. So I walk out and I shake his hand, and I go to say, it's so nice to meet you, and this is what happens. I swear to God, I don't know what I said. I didn't say anything. I don't know what English is. I don't know what language I spoke, but it was not anything. Like, I came out just, and I was so panicked because he was right next to me. He was right next to me. And so and so I just, and like, he said something. I don't know what it's, all I know is I heard his voice. My brain wasn't understanding English either. Couldn't speak it, couldn't understand it. I was just there. Hayden Christensen. I put my arm around him, I was gonna do the hover hand, and then all of a sudden, I feel his hand go here and kind of pull me into the photo, and, like the flashbang sound where that was me. No thoughts, head empty. Like, I had people message me, oh, what do you smell like? I don't know. I blacked out, man. Like, I blacked out. The only thing, I'm so glad, because it's like my brain, like, rebooted. Take the picture, and then thank God, I don't even remember the picture being taken. I don't even remember looking at the camera, if I'm being honest. I don't remember anything, but I turned around. I went to tell him thank you, and so I turned, thank you for the photo, and I want to say so many other things too, but thank you for the photo, thank you for the videos, the movies, and thank you for being you, thank you for being so nice, thank you for doing this, thank you for coming to the con, I wanted so many, no time though, right? So I turned, and what I wasn't expecting was he was right here. And so I turn and I go, but I just go, thank you. And like, I tried to put it all, I was like, thank you. And he said something. All I heard was his voice, the sound of his voice, no English. He probably thought I didn't speak English. I didn't at the time. I don't know what happened to me. My brain, I'm so frustrated. So, and then I walked away. I walked away, which I was supposed to do technically, but it was really nice. And then, so I walked out, I walked over to where the pictures were being printed, and the woman goes, oh, this one turned out so cute, and handed me my photo, and I was like, oh, thank you. So I looked, and I was like, oh my God, I got a double chin. That was the first thing I noticed, but then I was like, it's so cute, it's so that he finally got a picture with me, and then I was like, oh my God, his hand is on my arm, and then I did this, and also too, I realized this like 2 days ago. It's been a couple weeks since the con. When the photo we took, I tilted my head, and he put it. Let me live my fangirl life, okay? I'm probably never gonna see him again. I'd like to go to another con so that way I could actually tell him, it's nice to meet you, thank you for, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna do the same thing, walk up like, yep. So I had to go sit down for a little bit because I started getting tunnel vision because I was so excited. My adrenaline was like, yeah! And then I had to sit down because I was shaking too hard. But then, yeah, that was great. I went with my friend Nate, and he somehow, while he was waiting for me to go, meet Hayden Christensen, he went and found Tommy Wiseau from The Room. Oh, hi, Lisa. Oh, hi, doggy. That movie. I really hope you do, and I also really hope you don't. But anyway, he met him somehow. Don't know how that happened. He was after, like, we met back up. He's like, oh, so, like, what do you want to do next? I was like, I want to go home. I was like, I only came here for him. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm living life. I'm, like, on a high right now. This feels great. This is fantastic. And that's what I did. I went home. I didn't get anything from Artist Alley. I did get the little cards though, because there was a lot of really cool stuff. But yeah, met Hayden Christensen. Also, though, I'm so mad because when I was waiting for the 2-hour timer to go down, because I was like, oh my God, it's happening in 2 hours. I looked to see if there happened to be any more tickets available, and it said it was sold out for Hayden and Ewan, and it wasn't. They lied. That or people gave their tickets back, so they got more tickets. But it was available. But the problem was I already spent like $300 something to meet Hayden himself. I didn't want to spend an extra $550 to meet both of them. I mean, like, you know, if I were like, I don't know, Jeffrey Bezos' secret daughter, then I would, but like, I'm not, so but next time, I'm gonna start saving my money now, because that was fun, and it gave me the itch. But also, I want to be able to sit, like, part of me wants to cringe, but the thing is like, I don't think he even heard me mumble. Like, I was so quiet, and it was just in here, and so, like, I don't even think he heard anything. He may have also just been like, oh, I didn't catch it. Thank God, because it wasn't English. I'm so sorry, Hayden. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I was just really nervous, man. Why am I saying this like he's watching it? Anyway, so in case you're wondering, I do live in a dungeon. I am a little weirdo, and it's fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. And no, I have not touched grass, so, thank you. Anyway, thanks for watching my video about LA Comic-Con. It was really fun. It was actually also, was not as busy as I thought it would be, because I've been to Anime Expo, you know, but I also went on a Sunday, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Hope you have a fantastic day. Safe travels. Okay, bye!